And I'm glad that I went through that phase because I really pushed it to the extreme. Like I could have an interaction of 4 minutes, 5 minutes, and no logical information was yet exchanged. You will have heard many women say that they want a funny guy. Now, we have to take it with a bit of a grain of salt because what women say they want and what they actually want, many times it's not the same. But in this case, it has a lot of truth to it. And that's why I wanted to make a video covering 4 steps on how to be funny with women without turning into a clown. The first step is that you should stop taking dating women so seriously. I see men putting women on a pedestal and thinking and overthinking everything they say or do with them, especially nowadays where it feels that you have to walk on eggshells when you're speaking and interacting with women. Now, as long as you're respectful, as long as you are not doing something super extreme, you can say whatever you want with a woman. No one thing is going to ruin the interaction. And in fact, overthinking and thinking that you need the perfect sentence, pickup line, or joke is what's ruining the interaction. So when you go into a date, you can just go with the mindset of, I'm here to have fun. I'm here to see if there's a connection, but I'm not here to impress a woman. I'm not here to put forward an image of, this super foreman and successful guy in front of this woman to try to get her, because that's going to do the complete opposite. Now, I even was watching a movie that was very recent. It's called Materialist, and I'll probably do a totally separate video on it because I was watching it with my girlfriend. There were a lot of talking points. But one thing that I realized and I saw is that all the men there were taking dating so incredibly seriously. And it's something that, especially if you've built some success, maybe you think that you need to be super formal when you're interacting with women, but it's the complete opposite. When you have many successful qualities about you and you're like literally stacking wins and the woman can see it, so you're in shape, you make great money, you look good, you have all these great qualities objectively speaking about yourself, you dress well, and then you have a great sense of humor and you're funny and you don't take yourself so seriously, it has such an insane effect because you're hitting all the points. Like, okay, he's a good deal, but he doesn't have a stick up his ass. You know what I mean? Like he's just there enjoying himself. He can not take himself so seriously. He can make jokes about himself. He can make jokes about me. And that's what creates this connection with the woman. And it's something that me, myself, personally, I practiced a lot when I was going out at night, approaching women in bars and pubs and clubs without drinking, just going with my bottle of water and earplugs not to fuck up my ears. And you practice it a lot because during the nighttime, people are a bit more disinhibited, and you can kind of get away with crazier jokes because everybody is there to have fun, right? So you practice your sense of humor, and then if you translate that exact sense of humor, same sense of humor into dates and into when you meet a woman during the day in the street or anywhere, then you have a great combination. That's the first step. Stop taking yourself and dating and women so seriously. Second step is that you should focus on creating fun for yourself, not for the woman. And let me explain. Of course, this video is about how to be funny with women and how to make them feel fun. But the best way to make a woman feel fun is to feel in fun yourself first. So instead of focusing on what joke is going to make her laugh, what kind of sense of humor is going to be the best fit for her, you just focus on yourself, on creating that fun on yourself. And then by the law of state transference, which is what you feel, she feels, contagious, emotions are contagious. The fun that you feel is contagious. You start laughing and having an amazing time, even if it's not the exact sense of humor that a woman likes, she's going to be drawn into it. And I remember this was like way back in the day. I actually had a date on Tinder, which was one of the few dates by dating apps that I had. But it was an American woman, and this was in Barcelona. She was very left leaning, so she was totally against Donald Trump back in that moment, which was like 2018. So she was super leftist and didn't like Donald Trump, and we had this like it was complete opposite ideology that myself in that time, right? And I still was making jokes about sexist jokes. I was making jokes on politics as well, making a bit of fun on her opinions, and she was loving it. She was super drawn into it. So logically speaking, she wouldn't enjoy the sense of humor, which is a bit more, dark, which is not so politically correct, considering that she was super politically correct. But it was the complete opposite. It broke the pattern. Many guys who meet that type of woman, they're walking on eggshells. I have to be super careful because she has this ideology, or she has this type of job, or she has this type of thing. No, you focus on creating fun for yourself, and the woman is going to be drawn into that. Now, there's going to be some women who just don't connect with you, and that's totally fine. But in fact, you're not trying to filter them in, you're trying to filter them out. If a woman is totally not going to connect with your sense of humor, it's better if you discover that in the first date instead of after 3 months when you stop pretending being someone you're not. This is something that actually happens a lot, and women hate it. They're like, this guy was one person in the first month, 2 months, or even before sleeping with me, and then he turns into a complete different person. And that does no favors to yourself or to her. Maybe you just want casual hookups, but even then, the best way to make her feel the best emotions is to create those emotions in yourself. So, number three, this is very related to the second point. Number three, remove the filters. Just say whatever comes to mind. And again, many men take dating too seriously. They're walking on eggshells. And many clients that I work with, when they start applying this new way, which is focusing on your own sense of humor and removing the filters, what they say is that they feel that they've communicated with a woman in a way they've never done it before. And this is the power of this type of communication. You also feel much more free. You feel like you're not trying to have a structure or an idea of your mind of what she's gonna like. You're just letting go, enjoying the moment much more, and the connection that you create is much more powerful. It's true. It's like a raw connection. And the type of reactions and messages that you're gonna get from women is, I have felt something special. The way that I've been with you this afternoon, I haven't been with anyone before or in a long time. Because when you're removing the filters from what you think you should say, what is politically correct, what she's gonna like, you remove all of those filters and you just say what's in your mind, you're kind of exposing yourself, the true you. And if it's a good fit with her, the connection is going to be true, it's going to be really potent. So remove the filters and practice it. Like, it's going to take a bit of time to get used to it, and you start little by little. So you start with the joke that is maybe 10% more crazy or more out there than you would normally do. And then you feel that, okay, I'm alive, nothing happens. It's okay. She's not, slapping me across the face or yelling, it's okay, it's normal. I can be a bit politically incorrect, or I can say whatever comes to my mind. And then you do a little bit more. So 20%, then 30%. And then before you know it, you're having true, authentic communication with a woman. You're feeling the fun, and you're giving that fun to the woman. So number four is, don't turn into a clown. Serious, passionate moments are still required. So this is something that myself I fell into this trap, and then my friends as well, because we were going out super hard at night, nightclubs, bars, pubs, again, without drinking, just with the intent of speaking with women and improving our skill in charisma and social skills, right? And since we came in from a point of not having this type of raw communication, when we saw that it worked, it made us feel amazing emotions when we're interacting with women. We took it to an extreme. So I kind of did turn into a clown. So I only could have fun moments, only fun, but no seriousness, no comfort for the girl. She didn't know anything about me. Any questions she asked me, I would give off, these ridiculous answers like, "Oh, what do you do for work? Oh yeah, I'm a stripper. I can invite you to the strip club where I dance." Like crazy things like that, which are fun and you can say to just fuck around a bit, but then you can actually be serious and say, "I know, look, I actually do this and this for work," and talk a bit about it and give more of that passion. And that's when I started forming this concept of the emotional buttons. So the three most important emotions that you want to feel and give off to a woman is fun, which we're covering in this video, but then second, passion, and third, excitement or arousal. So passion is when you're talking about the things that are important for you. So what you're focusing in life, your projects, the things that you're doing in your free time, the hobbies that you like, and you're talking in a more logical sense, right? Then arousal is when that sexual tension is created. So you're not in that fun state of just laughing, but you're a bit more serious, a bit more grounded. And you need all three emotions to create a good connection with a woman. Because if she doesn't know anything about you, logically speaking, then she's just in front of a clown. And that's what you turn into if you're just doing fun. So you have to adjust. And I'm glad that I went through that phase because I really pushed it to the extreme. Like I could have an interaction of 4 minutes, 5 minutes, and no logical information was yet exchanged. Like literally, it was all just fucking around, like nonsense. The woman was loving it. She was laughing. She was having an amazing time. Me as well. But we didn't know much about each other. And that's fine for the first minutes, but then you go a bit deeper. When you combine all these three emotions, that's the most powerful thing because you become very funny with women, and women describe you as a very funny guy, and they love being with you, but they do not describe you as a clown because that's an extreme that you don't want to be in. She's not going to be able to take you seriously. Like she wants to have fun, but she still wants to be with a man who is masculine, who is grounded, who she knows. She wants to feel comfort as well around you. And that combination is going to be the key to unlock that fun without turning into a clown. So again, the 4 steps: stop taking dating women so seriously. The opposite works best. Second step, focus on creating fun for yourself, not the woman. The best way to create fun for the woman is to creating fun for yourself. Third, remove the filters, just say whatever comes to mind. And fourth, don't turn into a clown. Serious, passionate moments are still required. That's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you want to work on your dating goals with an expert who guides you with the exact path that's going to be the most efficient for you to achieve them, then you can go to armengaribian.com, which is my website. You'll find more information about this topic there and a way to contact me and see if we're a good fit to work on your dating goals. That's it for today's video, and I'll see you on the next one.